Beyond the GPA, the College Student's Guide to Actual Satisfaction, How to Build a Life That Feels as Good as It Looks, by C. Alaweli, Ph.D., Professor and Ritter. Introduction: The Promise Beyond the GPA, the Contradiction of College Life. Look around your campus. What do you see? You see students who are smart, talented, and working harder than ever before. You see the future CEOs, engineers, artists, and doctors. By every metric of potential, you and your peers are succeeding. But look closer. You also see a generation battling record levels of anxiety, fueled by crippling debt, a rapidly changing job market, and a toxic cocktail of perfectionism and social media comparison. You see people grinding themselves into dust, all while pretending they have it together on Instagram. Here's the brutal truth. You followed the script perfectly. You earned the GPA. You joined the right clubs. You optimized your resume like it was some kind of human SEO project. You did everything they told you to do. Yet many of you still feel a gnawing contradiction eating away at you from the inside. Why does chasing success feel so exhausting? Why does all this effort, the sleepless nights, the caffeine addiction, the constant hustle, not translate into deep personal satisfaction? You might feel it most acutely on Sunday evenings, that quiet dread that settles over you like fog, that voice that whispers, if I achieve this next thing, will I finally be happy? If I just get that internship, ace that exam, land that job, then will it all make sense? Let me save you years of therapy bills and existential spiraling. This book is dedicated to answering that question, and the answer is simple, yet revolutionary. No, not if you keep playing by the old rules. The treadmill you're running on. Think of college as a massive treadmill. Everyone's running. The speed keeps increasing. And here's the kicker. The treadmill isn't actually going anywhere. You're running faster than your parents ever did. You're juggling more activities, more pressure, more expectations. You're competing not just with the person sitting next to you in class, but with every high achiever on LinkedIn, every success story on social media, every highlight reel that makes you feel like you're falling behind. The game has changed, but nobody updated the playbook. Your parents' generation could graduate with a decent GPA, get a stable job, and coast into a comfortable middle-class life. That world is gone, dead, buried. Yet somehow the advice you're getting from advisors, from parents, from career centers is still built on that outdated foundation. Just get good grades. Just network more. Just work harder. But you are working harder. You're working yourself sick, and it's still not enough. The dirty secret nobody tells you. Here's what they don't tell you at orientation. The system you're navigating was never designed for your well-being. It was designed to produce workers, not fulfilled human beings. Think about it. Your entire educational experience has been structured around one narrow definition of success: achievement. Get the grade, win the award, beat the curve, repeat. But achievement without meaning is just exhaustion with a trophy. You're being trained to optimize your resume while neglecting to build an actual life. You're learning how to impress people at cocktail parties while forgetting how to connect with yourself. You're mastering the art of looking successful while feeling empty inside. This isn't your fault. You didn't create this system, but you're living with the consequences. What this book is really about. This book isn't another self-help manual telling you to hustle harder or manifest your dreams. We've got enough of those cluttering up the bookstore shelves. This is about something more fundamental, reconsidering what success actually means. Not the success your parents want for you, not the success your Instagram feed tells you to chase. Not the success that comes with a corner office and a six-figure salary, but leaves you wondering if this is really all there is. I'm talking about the kind of success that actually feels good. The kind that doesn't require you to sacrifice your mental health, your relationships, or your sense of self. The kind that's sustainable beyond your 20s. This book is about dismantling the toxic myths you've inherited about achievement, productivity, and what it means to live a meaningful life. It's about questioning the assumptions that everyone around you treats as gospel truth. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Why you should keep reading. If you picked up this book hoping for a magic formula, 5 easy steps to success, 10 hacks to boost your GPA, the secret to landing your dream job, put it down now. I can't help you. But if you're tired of the hamster wheel, if you're exhausted from performing success while feeling hollow inside, if you're ready to question whether the path you're on is actually taking you where you want to go, then keep reading. Because here's the promise. Beyond the GPA, beyond the resume line items, beyond the LinkedIn endorsements and the perfectly curated personal brand, there's a different way to navigate your college years and your emerging adulthood. It's messier. It's less Instagram-worthy. It requires more courage than following the well-worn path, but it's real, and it might actually make you happy. The challenge ahead. This book is going to challenge you. It's going to ask you to question things you've probably never questioned before. It's going to make you uncomfortable with choices you've already made and paths you're currently on. Some of you will read this and immediately recognize yourself in these pages. You'll feel seen, validated, maybe even relieved that someone finally said what you've been feeling. Others will resist. You'll think, this doesn't apply to me. I'm fine. I've got it all figured out. And maybe you do. But ask yourself, if you really had it figured out, why are you reading this? The truth is, we're all navigating uncharted territory. Your generation is facing challenges that previous generations didn't have to deal with. The old maps don't work anymore. We need new ones. This book is an attempt to draw that map. It won't have all the answers, nobody does, but it will give you permission to ask better questions. Different kind of success. Imagine a version of success that doesn't require you to be on 24/7, where you don't measure your worth by your productivity, where failure isn't catastrophic but informative, where you can actually enjoy your accomplishments instead of immediately moving on to the next goal. Imagine building a life that's yours, not a copy of someone else's highlight reel, not a checklist handed to you by well-meaning adults who don't understand your reality. That's what lies beyond the GPA. It's not about abandoning ambition. It's about redirecting it towards something that actually matters to you. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about questioning whose standards you're trying to meet in the first place. What's coming next? In the chapters ahead, we're going to dissect the myths that are holding you back. We're going to examine the systems that are exhausting you. We're going to explore what a more authentic, sustainable version of success might look like. We'll talk about why perfectionism is a trap, not a virtue. Why networking feels so fake, and what to do instead. Why your parents' career advice might be sabotaging you. Why social media is destroying your ability to be satisfied with anything. But more importantly, we'll talk about solutions, real practical strategies for building a life that feels as good as it looks on paper. This isn't going to be easy. Questioning the system you're embedded in never is. But if you're already feeling that Sunday evening dread, that nagging sense that something's off, that exhaustion that comes from running on a treadmill that's going nowhere, then you've already started. The only question now is, are you ready to step off? Your move. Here's the thing about books like this. They can't change your life. Only you can do that. I can give you the ideas, the frameworks, the permission to think differently. But you have to do the actual work of examining your life, questioning your assumptions, and making different choices. Some of you will read this book, nod along, maybe even feel inspired for a few days, and then go right back to the same patterns. That's fine. Change is hard, and timing matters. But some of you are ready. You're tired of pretending. You're done with the performance. You're ready to build something real. If that's you, then let's begin. Let's go beyond the GPA and find out what's actually waiting for you on the other side of all that striving. It might not be what you expected, but I promise you, it will be worth it.